Hey viewers, welcome to Real Astrology once again. And today, in the very important transit which is happening in the sky, I'm here in front of you with the Jupiter transit into the Scorpio sign again in the direct motion. So this is a very important transit video, and I will be explaining what exactly is we all are heading to. So before I go on to this, I want to actually say something that my team has told me to impart. You see, I'm getting many email messages for consultation, and I am definitely going to be looking into all the queries that I can. In the comment section also, I try to answer all the questions that you are putting up, but when you are asking me personal questions, it is very difficult because it's a personal horoscope and it needs full attention. And with my travels, and I travel for my Vastu assignments, so it is really very difficult to accommodate. I am trying my best to answer the technical questions at least, and of course a few of the personal ones also. So I just want to mention that we are offering special discounts to the students as well as to the ones who are unemployed, but these should be genuine ones, because I'm getting many queries which are not genuine also. So if you are a student, please attach your iCard so that I know that you're a student. Definitely it is going to be a very good discount for you. I don't want to charge unnecessarily from anybody, and I'm not doing for making money. I'm just here to serve the society because I'm making a lot of money with my Vastu. So that is something, when people can afford, they come to me for Vastu. So that is why I don't want to put you all in distress by putting another pressure. We are already in distress, and another pressure of astrological consultation that you have to pay for hefty charges of those kinds. So I'm not going to be charging that. Secondly, thank you so much for subscribing my channel. I have over 7,000 subscribers. I'm really grateful. Thank you for showering so much of love. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. And the ones who are new to this channel, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and you press the bell icon so that you can be notified as soon as I upload a video. And I am having videos on, if you can go on the playlist, if you press the playlist, you will get all the videos which I have recorded. And I do weekly transit videos, I do monthly transit videos, and the inner planets when they are moving out of the signs, if they are really important transits, I cover all those transit videos as well as tutorials, because I love teaching, but I don't find time to teach. So I teach through these this media of the YouTube. I reach out to the ones who are aspiring to be astrologers one day. So in the tutorial section, there are videos. You can go through all those videos where I'm imparting my little knowledge, and I hope you enjoy those videos. Now, one more thing I wanted to say was that please do not do things like these are lagna based. Don't think that these are on moon sign or sun sign based, because this is a Vedic astrology and I follow lagna based readings. And in case you feel that these are not giving good results, or they are not accurately matching with your chart, then you can switch to the moon sign or the sun sign also. So that's something that you can do, check which is giving you more better result. All right, and these are all general predictions. These are not based on your specific birth chart. So make sure that for making major decisions like job change, place change, marriage, all this, you should not be asking in the comment section from any of the astrologers. It will not be justified. If they are claiming, if some astrologers are claiming that these videos are going to give 100% sure shot results, I'm sorry, it is not possible. Even dasha and transit, we see as tools. We use them as tools. There are so many types of dashas, and if we stick to only Vimshuttari dasha also, we are not going to get exact results. So we have to see the basic promise. If you have the basic promise in your chart, unless you have the basic promise in your chart, you will not get that event coming your way in this life. So if you have a childbirth in your horoscope, or overseas job, or overseas settlement, or marriage, if there is that kind of promise, only then that event will happen in your life, and then comes the dasha, that when it is going to be. All right, now coming to the transit video of today's, that is Jupiter getting direct. Right now it is stationary when I'm posting this video. So let's do a little bit of recap to know what exactly was this retrogression and how you people went through, what happened, because I've got good feedback, bad feedback, whatever people have gone through. So I know exactly what has happened during this transit. So number one, I want to say, if your Jupiter is in retrogression in the natal chart, in your birth chart, so the 4 months would have been really good for you, I would say, and especially when it touches the degrees. I will be coming to that as well in this. Do hear this initial commentary, because it is like a tutorial, and for laymen also, you can understand what exactly I am talking about. Then I will be taking up the 12 ascendants for sure. All right, one by one. So now what happened? Jupiter went retrograde 4 months back on the 10th of April 2019. That was in Sagittarius. All right, in Sagittarius, when Jupiter reached the degrees 0 degrees 13 minutes, it went retrograde. All right, and then came back to the sign of Scorpio. So when it comes back to the sign where it was already, and went back to, it was Atichari, it speedily finished the span in Scorpio and went to Sagittarius sign. Then coming back to the Scorpio sign is called the demotion of the planet. So I have made a video on that. You can go to the playlist. I might just attach it here, so you can just go back and see what exactly is demotion. Also, that phenomena you will come to know. I've made several videos on this transit of Jupiter, Jupiter in Scorpio, Jupiter in, several videos on retrogression, demotion of Jupiter from Sagittarius coming back to Scorpio. And then I've made video, just a recent video I made on another phenomena, that when it is in retrogression, its aspects, how it looks at the other houses, like from fifth aspect becomes the ninth, and the ninth aspect becomes the fifth. So you can go and check all that out in the playlist. You will get everything. I have already attached the link. I will pin it down also if you want in the comment section. So that is something that, you know, I have been doing on Jupiter a lot, many videos. Okay, so now what is happening when Jupiter is moving back from the sign of Sagittarius and coming back in the retrogression to Scorpio sign? So what is happening there? You know, it is moving back in the backward position. So from 0 degrees 13 minutes Sagittarius, it comes, enters the Scorpio. So that is 30 degrees if we say. So 30 degrees. So in backward motion, what will happen? It will go in reverse: 29 degrees, 28 degrees, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. And finally at 20 degrees, 22 minutes, Jupiter stopped his movement. That's the phenomena. I'm just trying to explain, you know, what exactly is happening in the sky. So when it stops moving, it is at the stationary movement, right? It is stationary. So when it is stationary, what happens when such a huge planet is just coming to a halt, apparently, like sun rises in the east and sets in the west, right? It's an apparent event, right? So similarly, a retrogression and direct motion, stationary, all these are all apparent. These are all illusions, we can say. So when it is apparently coming to a halt, what happens? Everything seems to come to a halt. Such a big planet, such a benefic planet, when you are, you know, you will feel that things are not moving at all. Everything has just come to a standstill. Something really unexpected is happening now. Now, why? Because it is in the deep sign of Scorpio. We should not forget that. It's a house of suddenness, suspicious, mysterious, investigative house. So what is happening? Maybe your payments that you were expecting are all stuck up. Suddenly you will feel, oh my God, I was supposed to get this payment and have not. Suddenly you will feel maybe some retrograde when it was Jupiter in retrogression was giving you good results, and suddenly you will feel, oh my God, what happened? Everything stands still now. The house of suddenness. You will have everything. It's a, the people who are expecting jobs, they have appeared for the final interview and they're supposed to get the appointment letter today maybe. What happens? They're in a limbo. They were supposed to get it today, but no, it didn't materialize. Or maybe they have asked that give us some more time. Or maybe they are in the final stages of deciding. That can also happen. So please wait till the 15th of August when Jupiter will start going in that, will be gaining the momentum and will be starting to move in the forward motion. So from the 22 degrees, 20 degrees, 22 minutes, it will start moving in the forward motion now. From 20 degrees to 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, like that. And within the span of 3 months, this Jupiter, being Atichari, will finish in such a speed in 3 months, from 20 degrees to 30 degrees. It is going to finish the span of the stay in the Scorpio sign, which means it took 4 months in retrogression to come to this point, this 10-degree span. And now in the direct motion is completing the span in 3 months. So this is what, is the difference between the retrogression and the direct motion. So something which is moving so fast, it is trying to cover up the span so fast. So with this sign, the Parivartana will happen from Scorpio to the Sagittarius, and the cycle of, this is a cycle, right? From watery sign to the fiery sign. So this is the second one which is coming to an end. This is the second cycle Jupiter is completing. The first cycle it completed when it was in exaltation and it went to Leo. This is the second one when it is going to be moving, leaving the sign of Scorpio and going to the sign of Sagittarius. Isn't it? Such a beautiful phenomena which is happening. So it is indicative of, because it's a Mool Trikona sign after all of Jupiter, which when in November 5th, it will be entering that sign. So it's a beautiful transit we are heading to. All right. So make sure that you are heading to new beginnings. Something new is coming your way when Jupiter will be transiting out of Scorpio and moving into Sagittarius. So now people will start feeling that things have started to move. Some major events are occurring. All right. So on the individual level and on the mundane level as well, things will be changing. Things are going to be heading to the new beginnings. So there is in retrogression, Jupiter was not having the potency to behave as in a usual manner, to give the results as Jupiter gives in the conventional manner. As we say, when Jupiter is suppose in the Lagna, it gives, suppose it is transiting, someone is having a retrograde, a transit in the Lagna, like for Scorpio people, for example, now. So what is happening when, it is transiting in the Lagna, it doesn't have that Arishta Bhanga qualities. It doesn't have the potency to save the native or give that kind of results. Maybe, it is looking at from the Lagna, it is looking at the 5th house and the 9th house. So I'm not saying it's complete denial, no. But there is a delay. There is some kind of variation in the results when it is in retrogression, because it is far away from Sun. It is far away. When Sun was in Aries, Jupiter went retrograde, and now Sun is going to be in Leo. So can you see how it is related? So when it was in the trine, Jupiter got retrograde, and now Jupiter is coming in the Kendra, like it's 4 houses away from Sun now, when it is getting direct, because Sun is also going to be in Leo a few days later. So can you see how this phenomena works? So we are actually feeling the difference gradually. Okay, now we are gaining that strength. So when it was, for Scorpio Lagna, suppose it was not able to give those kind of results, it has forgotten its own signification. So how will it give the results? but it is definitely a benefit planet. So it has been minimizing the negative impacts on your birth chart also. Suppose in your birth chart also Jupiter is in retrogression, so it will give minus plus results. All right, so this is something that I want to say. And Jupiter, you know, in the direct motion can actually give better results. Why? Because Jupiter is, first of all, closer to the center point, that is Surya. It is closer to that, and it is actually in the limelight now. It is getting that light. Okay, I am supposed to behave this way. Okay, and if someone has is born with Jupiter retrograde, I must tell you this, this is a very important point again. If someone is born with a retrograde Jupiter, irrespective of the sign placement, the results will be pronounced only when the transit Jupiter and the natal Jupiter, they both reach at the same, the transit Jupiter reaches the same degrees as in the natal chart. Remember that. So if in the natal chart you don't have the Jupiter in this state, so this will mean that the results, like, okay, it is in retrogression and it is reaching that stage, but it will give maximum result when it is at the same degree. Suppose it is at 20 degrees, all right, or 25 degrees in your natal chart. Now Jupiter in the transit also has to be at 25 degrees to give the result, right? So you have to see all that to reach the same degrees to get the impact, good or bad, irrespective of that. It can be, it is definitely dependent on various factors, multiple factors, so many other factors. We cannot just decipher it like that. Now, all right, so Jupiter being a great malefic, I must say that it is the vastness, the growth, the expansion in a person's horoscope, and it represents religion, philosophy, higher learning, offspring, you know, progeny also. So whatever we are concerned with teaching, with banking, dispensation of knowledge. So, and Brihaspati is considered to be the Karaka for fortune also, wealth, luck, devotion. So all that, spirituality, charity, morality, meditation, mantra, magistrates, ministers, lawyers, leaders, government and religion, all this, and of course, benevolence, wisdom. So when you know that it holds the lordship of 2 houses, then it is aspecting 3 houses. It is seated in 1 house and the Karaka for 5 houses. So you know, you can imagine 10 or maybe 9, 10 houses it is covering. So it has to be a very important transit, you know, when Jupiter is in retrogression. Also, it's such a big planet. So is Saturn. So what will happen when these things are getting, you know, when Jupiter is getting direct, so the religious and philosophical teachings will get impacted. Okay, somebody who is looking for some truth, one should be truthful. If you have a weak Jupiter in your chart, you will not be a truthful person. You will not be honest. That is also a signification of a weak Jupiter in the chart. Nowadays we feel that, you know, we take the alibi, we have to lie, you know, we can't help it. But why the need? Why can't we be honest? Why we have to put effort to be honest? All right, so so this is a, you know, like obviously the planet like Saturn, Rahu and, you know, Mars, they are predominant in this Kali Yuga, which is the Aquarian age, you know, as we say. So it's okay if we are, you know, we are justifying telling lies. So because it is an Aquarian age, and it is said that, you know, this is the time when you people will be changing, and we have to consider all these malefics also and wealth giving planets nowadays more. So what happens, Jupiter's placement here will make you in the Scorpio sign, you people will become little more in depth, you know, the knowledge will be in depth, it will not be superficial. So with this direct and quickness, you know, you will get the results quickly now. Okay, so whatever you are going to do right now, you are efforts will be paid off quickly. All right, because it is the obviously the powerful Jupiter now. The Jupiter is getting strength. So if you are thinking of you know, taking some loans or things, you are capable of handling your funds well. You're capable of you know, procreation, as we say. So this is the time you will be going in for all that. Okay, so this is a positive transit, I would say, lastly, and then we will, it's good for lawyers, magistrates, scriptwriters, social workers, librarians, musicians, especially astrologers also, you know. So on the mundane level, as per the classics, it said that, you know, when Jupiter is direct after retrogression, then it can bring some kind of death to the ruler or the king. So we've seen of late, you know, there has been death in the of a politician also. I don't want to just speak much about all that. So, you know, magistrates, bankers, they all, financiers, these are going to be flourishing during this time. All right. So this is something that I wanted to speak about, a little bit about Jupiter. And now moving on to the ascendants, 12 ascendants. So for Aries, this transit is happening. Now see where it is happening. It is happening in your 8th house, first of all. Check that. Okay, it is happening in your 8th house, and it is looking at your 2nd house. So the wealth generation is on the cards. You have to take care of your health. Liver problems, some gallbladder issues, you have to be careful about that. Being the lord of the 9th, because Saturn is in retrogression, so the results are not that intense or bad. So if you have to plan your travels, you have to really, again, you will be generating wealth overseas. So this is a good transit for you. Good for progeny, because Jupiter is the Karaka for progeny, 5th house transit of, you know, all the planets. Sun is also going to be there and all. So it is going to be very good for you to generate wealth and generate and enhancement of the family. All right, progeny. So it is good for you, and good for students also. It's a very good transit for students also. So things are going to improve for you. There can be some issues with your spouse's wealth, income, or, you know, some issues with your family of the spouse. So be careful, watch your tongue, do not watch your tongue, watch your words. That's all I can say. So that's something that you are heading to. It's a beautiful transit for you, and of course there can be some kind of maybe, you know, property related matters will get resolved. So if you are thinking of buying or selling any property, so this is the right time to do so. But, you know, buying and selling is good, construction is good, but entering, you know, or starting a new venture, this is not the right time. Just wait for Jupiter to transit the 9th house, so that things are better for you. Now coming to Taurus, you will have to do the timestamps, guys. So for Taurus, this is happening in your 7th house. Okay, so 7th house being the lord of the 8th. Now what is happening here, you know, you have been planning to get married, you know, and things are not happening your way. So you know, I've got many horoscopes where, you know, people are thinking of getting married, but they're trying to fix up, and then it reaches that juncture, and then they have to just, you know, cancel it, or it just gets cancelled. It doesn't reach there. So this is the time when things will start getting fixed for you. Romantic associations will culminate into getting the marriages fixed. Good for that. Good for partnerships, good for getting help from and cooperation from your family members. All right, good for your, see, Jupiter is like Arko Bhavanashai. So it is not good in the 7th house transit for marriage, for the relationship with the spouse. Very good for the relationship with others, but not good for your own like partner. Okay, so there can be some issues there with your business partner or something, but good for generating wealth. It's a very good transit for generating wealth. Good for property matters. If you want to sell or buy property, very good for that. And it's very good to get connected with your siblings also. If you are thinking of, you know, talking to them, strike a balance, go ahead with it. Then coming to Gemini, for Gemini, this is happening in your 6th house. So you see, retrogression was a better phenomena for you, and now it is getting direct. Your 7th lord is getting direct. So, you know, things will be little haywire at the family front with your spouse. So be watchful about that, because, you know, it can lead to some kind of misleading statements that you will get or you will say, you know. So it is not good for the business partner or the marriage partner, you know. So you can go in for some change of place if you're thinking of doing so. it's very essential that you make decisions after seeking some advice. It's a very good, beautiful transit for career purposes, job change. It is going to give you elevation, promotion, because Jupiter is getting direct and the Drishti is on the 10th house. So it is going to be very good for you otherwise. But yes, spouse, because Saturn is also there. So, with spouse, you have some kind of irritation there, so you have to work through that. But overall, very good for wealth generation. You will have a lot of funds. You will be investing in cryptocurrencies or gold or anything, to do with um, wealth generation, or maybe stocks. You will be doing so. So it's a very good transit for you, and good for progeny also, good for romantic association also. Why I'm saying, because it is expansive. So it is in the second house from the 5th. So it is going to give expansion there. So you will have some kind of a person you will meet who will be, you will get attached to during this time. So you can go ahead with the, that kind of an a relationship. So it's good for you. So for Cancer, the exaltation sign of Jupiter transiting in the 5th house and getting direct there, very good transit for you. You have not been believing in spirituality from a long time. The past 4 months have been really tough for you. You were not finding the positive energy from anywhere. You were looking for negative energy around. You were creating negative energy around. So now you will be getting inclined to the positive energy. You will be feeling that now things are moving in you will be feeling after the 15th even more. So if you have to make any major decisions for travels, for overseas settlement, for students going abroad, this 15th August is going later to 15th of August, post 15th of August, things are going to be very positive for you. So it's a very positive transit that you're heading to. So I would suggest that don't miss out on anything. Just make the best use of it, because Jupiter is in a very positive position. So good for romantic associations, good for investments, good for buying and selling properties, good for travels, good. Actually, it is a beautiful transit for you. Just don't give loans and don't take loans right now. All right, that is something that I can say. For Leo, what is happening? You have been working hard, really working hard, but you're not getting any results. With Jupiter getting direct, you will get very good, I would say you will get positive response from the co-workers. Will be helpful. You have not been getting any help from your co-workers, your bosses till now. So with Jupiter getting direct, what is happening? Jupiter is looking at your overseas house also. So you will make money from overseas. You will be traveling. Travels will be fruitful. You will be maybe for work, you will be traveling. So that is something which you are going to reap the results right now. So good for buying and property and vehicles. Very good time. You can maybe change your vehicle if you are planning to from a long time. So this is the right time to do so. Very good time for students. Little bit tough, because being the lord of the 5th, it's gone to the 12th from itself. That means minus, right? So you will have to put extra effort there. With Jupiter getting direct, it is approaching the 5th house. So you have to put little extra effort and you will be paid off well. So it's a very good change that you're heading to. So just make sure that you follow all the, because from Jupiter, all the planets are also coming in the Lagna, in the 1st house. So it is going to give you a lot of strength to do things, and you will be doing something positive in your life now. All right, with all the energy there. So take care of your health, but health can cause a little bit of issues. So just make sure that you eat right, sleep on time, and while traveling, you don't miss out your meals. Coming to Virgo, for Virgo, this is happening in your 3rd house. So you are going to be now communicating with people, and you are going to be communicating with your business partner, communicating with your spouse, with your life partner. So things are improving. Now for you, if you want to, invest, or if you want to plan your travels, your trips, that have been lying pending. So now you can do so. It's the right time. If you are going to start a new venture, this is the right time to do so, when Jupiter is getting direct. Maybe you are already on the way, and if you're feeling there is a little delay, that will be taken care of. Don't worry. This delay is going to be compensated soon because of the Jupiter transit direct. Okay, so whatever you have not been able to do in the retrogression time, you will be able to complete it during this time. Don't worry. So rest, all the transits are improving for you. Even if they are going to the 12th house, it's just that your income and expenditure both are going to be on the rise. So don't worry about that. So when when Jupiter is looking at the 11th house, it's the saving grace, right, from the 3rd house. So it is a big saving grace for you. So for progeny, it's not the right time. You can just maybe delay a little. Okay, now coming to the Libra sign. So for Libra, this is happening in your 2nd house. Okay, the Jupiter is getting direct in the 2nd house. So 2nd house is good for Jiva. It's good for the well-being of the people. So your family members, if somebody is suffering, or maybe your spouse, maybe your spouse's family, if there is a member in their family who's suffering, will get relief with Jupiter getting direct. Because 2nd house, it's not just the wealth giving house, it's the family values, it's the family, it's the mouth region. So whatever you are going to speak, that is going to become the word of the day. So like, people are going to follow you whatever you will speak. So if you are an astrologer, or if you are into some occult, so this is the right time to use your speech to speak something good and change people. Okay, so you can do so. And with the 10th house aspect also, it's said that, when Jupiter looks at the 10th house, it enhances the significations of that house. So you will be feeling that, you are getting maybe heading to a job promotion, your name and fame is increasing, all the planets are right now here, and then they'll be going to the 11th house. So you will be getting connected with the outer world even more. So maybe you are planning your, work-wise, you're traveling and you're trying to generate wealth there. So you will be feeling the energy now. Okay, so your name and fame is on the cards. You are going to achieve what you have not been able to in retrogression. Now you will be able to complete the unfinished. Okay, the creative you is on the high. So that's something that you're heading to. Good for travels. Good time for talking to the bosses and interacting with them. Or maybe you can just ask for promotion. So that will help you. That will actually activate that area. For a business partnership, it's a good time. You can start a new venture if you have to, if you're just lying pending, For Scorpio, this is happening in your Lagna, as we all know. So Scorpio, you are now heading to a very beautiful phase, I would say. With Saturn in the 2nd house, you have to just mind your, just speech. Wealth-wise, it is a beautiful transit. Children, your travels, higher learning, if you're thinking of meeting your guru, everything is positive now. So you can go ahead with that. It's just that you have to take care of your aggression at the workplace. Aggression should not be shown in temper. Aggression should be shown, the vitality, the aggression, only to the people around you, show in your work, not to the people, sorry. Show it in your work, the aggression, that, power, that willpower, that passion. Okay, that is good for you. So that's something that you should be doing. Your association with your business partner has been very bad, like the chemistry that you had. So now your association is going to flourish. You're going to do well with your spouse as well as with your business partner. So it is going to be a flourishing one. Okay, I have a flight to catch. So now coming to the 9th sign of the zodiac, which is the Mool Trikona sign, and Jupiter is getting direct and is moving towards the Mool Trikona sign. In 3 months it will be there. So it's a beautiful transit you are heading to. So there is some hope, a ray of hope that you're having now. All the planets were in the 8th house, now they're coming to the 9th house. So your bhagya is very powerful now. You are getting maybe your overseas travels, somebody from overseas is coming your way and you are going to flourish because of that person. So make sure that you utilize this transit. Okay, work-wise, beautiful. Your some problems with the spouse and the business partner, that will be also made up soon, don't worry. So things are moving towards the positive direction gradually. So just have little more patience. You will be paid off. Things will be paid off well. Okay, so coming to the next sign of Capricorn. So for Capricorn, this transit is happening in your 11th house. The Jupiter is getting direct in the 11th house. Your Lagnesh has gone to the 12th though, but Jupiter getting direct and moving towards the 12th house, it is giving you wealth from overseas. You have some friends you can take advice from and they will be helpful to you. Okay, they will guide you through to invest where and what you should be doing, what should be the line of action in future. So all that will happen. Don't worry, things are moving towards the positive direction with planets going to the 8th house also. Dusthana is getting activated, which is going to give you wealth, rise in wealth, rise in in elevation at the workplace, elevation at your spouse's wealth also. There is increase in spouse's wealth. So now coming to the second last sign, Aquarius. So for Aquarius, this transit is happening in your 10th house. So you are heading to some promotion, you're getting name and fame here. Now the things are getting better. And you have to take care of your mother's health. If she was suffering, now she will be on the recovery side. Okay, so it is a good transit for you. And if you are suffering yourself, if you have some issues with your, co-workers or something, things are going to get sorted. With Jupiter aspecting your 6th house also. Some pet, you were having some, pet is not well or some health issues with your pet also is going to get recovered. So if you have taken some loans, then they will be repaid. You will be able to pay off, I mean. So if there is some recovery that you are waiting for, you will be able to, and good for even for progeny, it is a very good time to go ahead with it. But with Rahu there can be some kind of surgery required, so you have to go in for some other treatment. So make sure that you can you do it and get it sorted. And with the wealth, it's a very good time. Wealth generation, wealth is going to improve, family is going to get connected, your relations with people are going to improve wherever you are lacking. So things are looking very good for you. Coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. So for Pisces, this is the Lagnesh which is getting direct. So it is again a very good transit for you. So in case you have not been able to, till now, you're feeling that, the energy has been very low. Maybe your association with your father was not good, your conversation or some kind of contact which was, or maybe there was lack of communication with your father. So that is going to get better with a guru, or with you're going to get involved with in travels. You will meet some spiritual guru. So that is something that you are heading to. With Jupiter getting direct, things were not happening, were not falling in place. Now things will start falling in place because Jupiter is going to be looking at your Lagna. It is going to be looking at your 5th house. So your creative view is going to be very on the high, and you will be able to do things. You're writing, you're a script writer, maybe you're a publisher or something. Things are going to improve there. So whatever the stuck up, maybe you're writing a book and you're not able to complete it. So now you'll be giving the finishing touches with the Jupiter in the 9th house, and then it will be going towards the 10th house again in November. So things are better for you. So 3 years, very good transit for you. So with the, with your children, it's a very good time if you are thinking of procreation or, enhancing the children part. So it is a good time for doing so. Overall, the transit is good. Plan your travels well. Go ahead with that. You will be maybe for work related travels, you will be doing well. So overall, a very beautiful transit for you, I would say. So I think that says it all. And I hope I was able to convey what you wanted to hear. So stay blessed, everyone. Have a happy Jupiter direct. Om Tat Sat.